What's up, y'all? In my Scorpion video on what would Scorpion play like in Street Fighter 6, somebody mentioned a Killer Instinct crossover with MK. If you know anything about me, this is my favorite fighting game of all time, maybe my favorite game of all time. That's what this video is about to be about. Which characters would be amazing in MK1 from Killer Instinct? Let's do it. Alright, first of all, we gotta look at the overall roster, obviously. So the characters I play in this game personally, I go with Maya. Obviously Rash, I know he's top tier, but he's hilarious. I can play some Spinal, I can play some Fulgore, I can play some Thunder, and some Shadow Jago. So out of these characters, the ones that I could really see in MK1 is Maya, just because of how unique she is. You know, she has the daggers you can throw and pick up. I can also see a character like Spinal, and that's partly because he's a lot more popular, and because he's just has a cool mechanic like the gaining the souls and then using them against your opponent. It's like purple and stuff, so he could be in the game too. And finally, as some people would say, the franchise helm, Fulgore. This dude, kind of because he's like Iron Man Predator, if you like boil him down to basics, obviously not gameplay wise, but he's more of a Shoto-esque character too, so he could definitely make an appearance in MK, and the fatalities would be sick. So, for the sake of the video, even though I love Maya, I'm going to go with Fulgore, and I'm going to go with Spinal. So, I'm sure a lot of people who play KI know how Spinal kind of works. He gains these skulls. When he has the skulls, he does different things. They apply debuffs and allow for higher damage and things of that nature. The other cool thing this dude has in this game that I think they could really bring to MK is this right here. Because, you know, a lot of characters have teleports. Takeda kind of has one, Scorpion has one. I'm sure I'm leaving a lot of them out. Those are just the ones that come to mind. So he has this sort of teleport that he can combo into. And then he has the one where it just puts him in front of the opponent. Like if I backdash, puts you in front of the opponent, moves you back. So he has kind of this funny like mind game you can play. And then he has this charging shield that can lead into like a kind of auto combo state, where you can press a couple buttons just to get free damage. And then he has this right here. Then he has this right here, which is kind of his juggly thing that you can go like, you can really combo into and out of really easily. So I think Spinal will really work, plus his design really fits MK. One other thing that Spinal has is this parry of sorts, which should also make a reappearance in MK1. Now, one other broader thing I want to touch on for Killer Instinct characters in MK is the cameo system. So obviously it's kind of interesting because cameos provide a lot of what characters in this game can just do, like combo breakers with both lights, both mediums, and both heavies. Characters in this game just do. So I think you could change that by having the characters themselves do the breakers and have that be like a unique thing to give kind of the guests some different flair, because that's something that I have against the guest characters in MK. They're just kind of new characters. They don't have any interesting new mechanics, like game mechanics around them, and I think putting these KI characters into MK1 could bring something new. Like, yes, you can have a cameo with them, but they do the breakers themselves because that's how they work. Fulgore is kind of a Shoto. I know this has been a topic of conversation forever, but like, if we're being honest, he is just kind of a Shoto. He has a DP, he has this, but that's not where it ends. He also has the ground lasers, and he also has a teleport, just like Spinal. And it works similar to Spinal's, except it depends a lot on where you are on the screen. Because as you can see, then when I do heavy right there, I go behind them. So he's kind of like a overall different character, but he is a lot of a Shoto, which isn't really in MK1. He kind of does have some stuff that we have in modern fighting games. Like he has the charge on light quarter circle forward, which is kind of like Ed's punch in Street Fighter 6 that he does when you hold heavy. A more unique thing about Fulgore is his shadow meter in the bottom left, which the more you attack, the higher it like revs up, then the quicker you gain your shadow once it starts to rev up, as you can see right now. Which is a cool mechanic, which also isn't an MK1, and then you know you can just kind of do your shadows and it will reset. Now my favorite thing about Fulgore is his combos. This dude's combos at a high level are absolutely insane. I haven't played this dude in a minute, especially since the nerfs, so I can't really speak to it in modern KI, but when I played back in 2018, 2019, he was crazy. He was like a demon. Now, if you play MK1 a lot, you know that this looks a lot like Homelander's Back Forward 3, I think. So making him unique in that respect would be somewhat difficult, but I have no doubt they can do it because Fulgor is such a unique character and he's just awesome. Another thing about Fulgor that's really unique that would be cool in MK is I want to see how his modern design would look. How would he look with modern graphics in MK1? He also, just like Spinal, would be able to take a lot of the universal combo breakers and use it instead of the cameo. Alright y'all, so before we wrap this video up, there's this thing in Killer Instinct called the combo breaker, which occurs when you're doing a combo, the opponent breaks, then you read that so you counter break. This should just be a thing in MK1. There should be a KI update that brings Fulgor and Spinal into the game, and this mechanic is just added. Everybody can do it, no cameo needed, just the character. I think it would add a lot of sauce to the game, and I think it would make the game a lot more hype, which we all know it needs right now. Great that it'd be lifting from KI, but if they're willing to do the crossover, why not? Now, since we're talking about MK1, we all know MK1 has cameos. So, what are good characters that would make us a cameo? I personally think that if they're going to go Fulgor, why not put Kilgore in there? They literally have the same last name, and I think it'd be perfect. The other character I think a lot of people would like to see is either TJ Combo, just because, you know, he's another KI staple, or Jago. The issue with Jago is if they want to put Ryu in the game, they're similar characters, they're both Shoto, so it would be difficult to decipher the two. Now, if we're talking Fuller RIP personally, you know we gotta get Aganos in there somehow. He's just too funny and huge and stuff to not be there. So yeah, that about wraps it up for this video. Let me know if y'all want to see me try and integrate other characters into MK1 somewhat. I will say if I was going to do a sequel, I would 100% do Maya, just because she's basically my main in this game. And I would also try to get a look at Saberwolf, because I think he's also kind of a unique situation. Also, regarding KI, if you're into 2x KO at all, Katarina, Warwick. So this game is just already a mine for them to just rip stuff from. Also, Conan the Barbarian. I got his playstyle right here. This has been Fuller RIP Fuller. Message is, please play this game, y'all. I refuse to let this game die. I'm about to get back on this as soon as possible. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.